Hi White Rainbow, my name is Carmen Winant and I am an artist based in Columbus, Ohio, and today I will be taking you for a bit of a studio tour through my art studio here and a bit of my home life. I like to call myself a photographer who doesn't author my own pictures. My work lives somewhere between collage, installation, photography, something like sculpture, or sometimes even performance. All of the work is really decidedly feminist, and I'm always thinking about how to use photography, how to approach photography for all of its feminist potential. Here you can see a series of photographs I've collected, well, haircut photographs. I love haircut photographs, but pictures of women sort of looking back at themselves, and that might be a good place to enter. There's always things pressing in the studio, being weighted down, oftentimes from the books from which they came, then sort of sitting on top of them, applying pressure as they dry. I'm not very organized when it comes to how I categorize and save images. They tend to be kept in piles. I don't know if you can tell, these are unruly piles. From which I draw and continue to return to. This group, for instance, is from a series of books on movement therapy. This is my son's hair, my 2-year-old son, after his first haircut. I saved his curly hair. And was thinking I would incorporate it somehow into the work, maybe actually embedding it into some of the frames that I'm building. I have this practice of making these posters, as I think of them, which are really sort of just a way for me to compound the photographs that I'm finding and to be able to see them, and I hope to be able to show them as posters someday in a show or in some context that sort of otherwise makes sense. They're not necessarily exactly grouped according to sort of theme or idea, except they are, because they sort of come into my life at a particular moment when maybe I'm thinking about a particular idea, like how we heal our bodies through movement, or sort of autonomous gestures, or the relationship between a kind of pleasure and injury, or communes and sort of communal living, or sort of protest and rebellion strategies, and those those inadvertently sort of create kinds of groupings without me necessarily, I hope at least, being too heavy-handed in my approach. My studio is in my garage. We converted, there's two-car garages on our house here in Columbus, Ohio, and my partner, the artist Luke Stettner, has the other 2-car garage, and I converted this one, and it serves a lot of different purposes. I use it really in some ways as a way to see images, or at least as I think of, even more than somehow sort of coming in here to make work, or at least I don't necessarily distinguish between those categories: seeing and making, touching and thinking. I keep losing these scissors in the studio and finding them again under like the supreme mess of everything, and every time it's like being reunited with an old friend. So thank you to these scissors. I often wish that I had a system of organization that was a little bit more functional. I guess it's functional for me, but I often feel like people would be horrified if they came in and saw the way that I worked sort of so frenetically with the pictures.
Stay off of the lava.